Hello there, everyone. Today is Monday, October 29th, 2018. And we are going to discuss a couple of things here with regards to the Long Island Railroad. First up, I know I'm behind on this story, but I first found out about it from the Queens Examiner, which is, of course, one of my local publications here in Queens. That thankfully the story was brought to me by, believe it or not, my parents first of all, and they said you should take a look at this and see if there's anything about it online, and talk to your audience about it. So I figured I should talk to you all about this interesting news here, and I am definitely going to make it a priority in the future to go to the Flushing Main St station. I don't know when I can head over there, but I am going to make it a priority to go over there to take a look at the newly renovated station. And I will, of course, show you some pictures that were from the grand reopening event about 2 weeks ago. But I am going to talk to you all about the newly reopened, renovated Flushing Main St station on the Long Island Railroad. So, Philip Ng joined local elected officials here in Queens, advocates and community members to open the newly rebuilt and reconfigured Flushing Main St station. The new station features two new elevators, one each to the eastbound and westbound platforms, a new street-level ticket office, and a prominent new set of entranceways connecting the platforms directly to the community hub of Flushing Main St. Construction on the project began in 2016 and cost $24.6 million. So a lot of money here, but the main thing is it's finally done. And I've known about this for a while, but I am very happy that this station finally got a brand new facelift. And I thought it was time. But unrelated here, and I know Mocha 18's watching this, we're still not going to give up the fight for ADA accessibility. And I know next year, because I know of my agenda this year, because I still want to do Great Neck Summit. I still want to do a station on the New York City Transit line that needs a desperate renovation. But the 2019 agenda is going to have to be huge, guys. It's going to have to be important. And I'm going to have to plan it out probably in December. But regardless, let's continue reading this. Philip Ng said, "We are pleased to be able to make this station fully accessible to all our customers in accordance with the Americans with Disabilities Act, thanks to the addition of two new elevators. We are also pleased that our station will now be easier to reach in the heart of the Flushing community. We hope our improvements will transform a station that was inaccessible and mostly hidden from public view into an inviting and prominent community landmark. We are continuously working to make the Long Island Railroad accessible to all, and this is an important achievement in the campaign." And as I've been saying before, and I'll say it again, Murray Hill needs ADA accessibility. Kew Gardens needs ADA accessibility. So hopefully the good news is we can get Queens back on track with the Long Island Railroad, but it's going to take time, it's going to take money like Flushing did. But once again, $24.6 million. That's a lot of money. And you all know who approved that project. Patrick Nowakowski. Remember, he was the one who approved the project. So, let's continue reading here. Under the previous configuration of the station, which was completed in 1913 and was renovated, believe it or not, 70 years ago in 1958, the westbound platform was accessible only via a narrow stair. Actually, no, 60 years ago. Right, 70. Might be correct. That's 70 years. No, my bad. That's 60 years. Okay, my apologies. Westbound platforms was accessible only via a narrow stairwell in an alley between buildings around the corner from the major commercial hub of the region on Main Street by Roosevelt Avenue. The eastbound platform led to Main Street but was narrow and, like the westbound platform, did not have an elevator. A deteriorated one-story ticket office located at the eastbound entrance, which again I knew where it was. It was on Main Street, right by Casino Boulevard, and again it looked miserable, but I'm glad it all got renovated. Okay, so which was not in conformity with the Americans with Disability Act guidelines, was demolished as part of this project. New station, including a new ticket office adjacent to the primary westbound entrance, an open plaza for future retail kiosks, new staircases, platforms, shelters, railings, LED lighting, new signage, USB charge ports, an upgraded public address system with clear audio quality, aka, you all know what I am referring to, folks, JBL speakers, and yellow tactical platform edge strips. So, brand new renovation. Brand new. Alright, this was 2 years in the making. And I quickly want to mention right now in the card, you should be seeing MTA Prodigy's video that he did back this summer at Flushing Main Street. Because if you really want to look at the old station, they went in depth about it. And I, again, applaud those guys for doing that back in the summer. So, please check that video out because it'll give you an idea of why this station needed a renovation. And once again, I want to thank those guys for the crew from MTA Prodigy for doing station tours here in Queens, and hopefully I will be featured in one of their videos, hopefully by the end of the year. But anyhow, more than 2,200 people use the Flushing Main Street station on an average weekday, making the station the 50th busiest of the Long Island Railroad's 124 stations and the 9th busiest in Queens. The project to renew the station on the Long Island Railroad Women in Transport Service 2018 Annual Initiative Transport Solutions Awards, which recognize the vastly improved accessibility to the station as well as improved station environment and enhanced presence on Flushing Main Street. More information about the station renewal project is on the Modern LI website, so we will let that load up in the tab up there. And of course, my local elected officials were at the event. This is what my Congresswoman Grace Ming said. Today is a great day for Flushing. In 2016, she stood there to unveil new platform railings and signage, which were the first phase of the project. And she could not be happier to celebrate the completion of the station's overhaul. The rehabilitation of the Flushing Main Street station is a project for which she strongly advocated since it was first announced many years ago, back when she was a member of the New York State Assembly. These long-awaited upgrades will finally modernize this facility and bring it into the 21st century. It will improve passenger safety, enhance the appearance of the station, and make it handicap accessible. The renovations will also help the needs of the growing population of Flushing and bring more visitors to the area. I thank Long Island Railroad President Philip Ng and the many Long Island Railroad professionals that she worked with to make this a reality. And of course, she thanked them for investing in this important station. It looks forward to the improvements benefiting Flushing for many years to come. And once again, I completely agree with her, especially again how we're going to have a lot more frequent service when East Side Access comes in December of 2022, which again, many of you know, out of all the projects, that's the one I'm really looking forward to, because again, I'm sick and tired of going to Penn Station every time. But I digress. I'm not going to read what Peter Koo said because, again, he doesn't represent me. But I will read Melinda Katz. Pretty much he said, it's a major milestone for Flushing and for all of Queens. The critical transportation center is now accessible to everybody who travels to and from Flushing. And again, very important for me to have accessibility to the Q17 bus route. Vibrant and fast growing community that will benefit from the upgrade to a first-class, fully accessible rail station. The station's new entryway will also enhance the traveling experience of Long Island Railroad riders and will bring an attractive and welcome addition to the neighborhood. So we're not going to get into it more, but very important here. So let's take a look at this. Let's see if it... Yeah, they pretty much went to the same thing. Yeah. More information. I mean, you go back to the same website. Doesn't really help. Right, so this is just a timeline of when everything was approved. But here's an idea of what it looks like. And I gotta admit, it does look modern. It does. This is right by Casino Boulevard, where Casino Boulevard starts. So, very important once again to have this reopen. We're gonna go back and just take a look at this. We'll take a look at the pictures. So here are my elected officials. There they are on top of the platform, and then there's Flushing Main Street. So, very happy this got done. And once again, thanks to my parents for, again, letting me know about the article. Again, I can't really read the article from the paper, because it'll just be confusing, and you guys, well, why is he reading from a newspaper and, all that stuff. But, again, I would have not known about this story if my parents didn't tell me about it. So, once again, to my parents who normally do not watch my videos, thank you for bringing that up, because, honestly, I would have not known about this. And I've known about the renovation for a while, but very important that, need to be discussed. And come to think of it, MTA Prodigy mentioned it in this podcast too. One of them. So, thanks to him again for bringing that up. But once again, Flushing Main Street tour is in the card if you want to see it. Now, one last thing I want to mention here. If you are watching this video, once again, it is Monday, October 29th. And again, I figured since, I wanted to talk about Flushing Main Street, we are going to talk about the grade crossing repair work on the Montauk Branch. So, buses this week again are going to be replacing midday off-peak trains between Babylon and Montauk from today, Monday, October 29th, and Friday, November 2nd, from 8:36 a.m. until 5 p.m. Service will be affected as follows. And I do apologize, my throat's a little bit dry, so hopefully after I stop recording while the video's editing, I'll get water. But anyhow, westbound. Weekday train that usually departs Montauk at 11:18 and the train that usually departs Spionek at 2 p.m. will originate in Babylon. Customers at stations Montauk through Bayshore will board the buses to Babylon, then connect with the train service to points west. Buses will replace the 10:25, 11:25, and 1:25 p.m. trains at Patchogue to Babylon. Customers will board buses up to an hour and 4 minutes later than normal train time. Eastbound, the 11:25 a.m. train from Jamaica to Montauk will terminate in Babylon, where customers will board buses to complete their trip. Buses will replace the 10:27 a.m., 12:27 p.m., and 2:27 p.m. trains from Babylon to Patchogue, and the 11:27 a.m. train from Babylon to Spionek. Please plan for up to 65 minutes of additional travel time. For specific departure times, you can pick up a copy of the Montauk timetable dated October 29th and November 2nd, or click on the PDF link. Please note, the Patchogue to Montauk midday busing program will remain in effect tomorrow, October 30th, Wednesday, October 31st, and Thursday, November 1st, and during the week of Monday, November 5th, and ending on Friday, November 9th. And as you many of you know, the reason why I know those dates very well is, again, November 6th is, again, no, it's off topic, but again, I will be going to Whitestone to help Vicky Palladino for my state senate. And of course, November 8th is of course my birthday, which I already do have plans I will not disclose for that at the moment. But also November 9th is the annual Northwell Health Luncheon for my department. So that's another reason why I know the dates very well. So I know it's creepy to think about, but you know, quickly going to mention that. So one last thing I'll quickly mention. Here is the special schedule. So as you see here are all the buses from Babylon to Montauk. And if you don't remember, I mentioned this a few weeks back that the same track work took place between October 15th through the 19th. So hopefully this will be the last event and it won't continue into November, hopefully. It sort of will, as I just read from before, but, you know. Yes. I'm not going to get into any more details, but that's going to wrap it up. Hope you all found this video informal and a little bit educational. So hopefully, with regards to special changes, you all know that I do that on Fridays. So look out for the weekly service changes video for the Queens Subways and Long Island Railroad for usual this Friday. It will be up this Friday, November 2nd, the usual time, 6 a.m. So again, hopefully I will be recording that on Wednesday or Thursday. So that's going to wrap it up. Thank you all for watching. Until the next one, please take care.